From the CCU Soccer Stadium in Conway, South Carolina, this is Sun Belt Men's Soccer. It's a beautiful fall evening for some Friday night soccer, and it's an in-state rivalry tonight. The Gamecocks of South Carolina come to Conway to take on the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers. And we welcome you into the broadcast. He is former Chanticleer Oscar McConnell. I'm Sam Weiderhaft. Oscar, we look at this match. Coastal Carolina has tied their first three Sun Belt matches. South Carolina is 1-1-1 in Sun Belt play so far. What are we expecting on the pitch tonight?
Well, Sam, it's a derby game, and as with any derby game, we can expect it to be fast-paced, physical, and from minute one, with both teams having a lot still riding on this season, both looking to get bids into the national tournament, I expect this to be a close, competitive, physical affair from minute one.
We'll get into our Judd Kuhn Chevrolet impact players. Oscar, who are we looking for on both sides?
Oh, here come Coastal.
Kjartson with a strike. Off of Boring. Right there is Santos. And the Chants score early. Just like we said, 3 minutes into this match. And it's Noe Santos who puts it to the back. 3 minutes in to this final regular season match. And now Danny Cabrera tries to get things going again. Santos once more.
Play every minute. Keep running.
Header, Marcello Jones gets it by, and the Chants are on the board. Marcello Jones breaks the scoreless tie and scores his third goal of the season. Chants up 1-0. Peter Kjartson inside 18. Pass back out. Garcia Pascual. Goal number 10. Here it is. 2 goals in the second half for Alvaro Garcia Pascual. And he's reached double digits on the season. And now Megan Browse. She's on the run. Browse takes it and scores! Goal number 8 for Megan Browse, and the Chants take a 2-goal lead. Once more. Browse around the defender. Shows off the speed. That one's hit by Helbling. Right there is Zeigenfuss, and it's a hat trick. 1, 2, 3 goals for Julia Zeigenfuss. All in the second half, and it's 4-0. Coastal Carolina sets up their line. It's a free kick just outside 18 for the Marshall Thundering Herd. Scoreless in this match, looking for the first goal as Fernandez sets up. From Sao Paulo, Brazil, he has 4 assists this season. Josef right there as well. Fernandez takes it. It's wide left. Ball curves around that left post and out of bounds.
Good effort that, Sam. Really hard skill that to get the ball up and down over the wall and on target from such close range. But he had a good attempt there, Fernandez. Coastal want to be careful giving free kicks away in those areas with some of the players that Marshall have on the dead ball set pieces.
A couple of subs coming in for Coastal Carolina as Emile Respecki, the senior from France, is now in. And the Chanticleer leader in goals, who did not start his first game of the season, Alvaro Garcia Pascual, is now on the pitch. 6 goals for Garcia Pascual this season. Respecki has it in the midfield. And the Chanticleers now start their run.
Great feet there from Respecki. That's what he brings to this side. Probably the most technical player on this Coastal Carolina roster, a real connector in that midfield, someone that pulls the strings, and if they can get Respecki on the ball in dangerous areas, especially with Garcia Pascual on now, that can be something really promising for Coastal going forward here.
This match features the top 3 goal scorers in the Sun Belt Conference, with Matthew Bell, number 1 at 7, Alvaro Garcia Pascual, second at 6, and then you got Milo Josef at 5. Still no goals in this match so far. Pascual now playing his 9th game, again coming off the bench for the first time this season, Oscar.
Yeah, no, it is. Garcia Pascual, a man that we usually see starting every single game for Coastal Carolina. Weiderhaft given the nod today, but unsurprising to see Garcia Pascual on before too long. And I'm really interested to see this matchup between Garcia Pascual and Dugan. We're seeing it now as they go up for this header here. Garcia Pascual coming out on top, winning a good flick on.
touch by Garcia Pascual. Cabrera trying to maintain possession. Marshall takes it right back as Yosef gives for Fernandez through the middle. Pascual scored in his 51 minutes against Furman on Sunday. As that ball rolls out, Alvaro has 2 goals in his last 2 games. All-Conference USA second team last season. In his freshman year with 6 goals and 2 assists in 2021 through 14 games.
He's an exciting player, Sam. He really is. Still only a sophomore, which is hard to believe, especially when you look at his physique. He's a very strong lad, looks a lot older, and he certainly plays like someone that's a lot older than a sophomore. Really excited to see what he can go on and achieve.
Near side. Good defense by Coastal Carolina. Ethor Kjartsen, the freshman from Iceland, gives that ball back.
Good 1v1 defender from Kjartsen there, and I really like that early look as well. That's that playing direct that we talked about for Coastal Carolina. Try and find Garcia Pascual, Cabrera running in behind early, and it almost worked out there from Kjartsen.
Kjartsen is coming off his first 90-minute match of his career. That was against Furman. Has 1 assist against USC Upstate back on August 25th. And there's Kjartsen once again. He gets knocked down going up against Iomash. Now, Kjartsen has had to step up on defense for this inexperienced back line for Coastal Carolina. Over 25 minutes left in the first half. We've seen 2 shots now, both by Marshall, 1 on goal. Thundering Herd have 2 fouls. Chanticleers with 1.
Coastal Carolina will be happy with this start, I think, Sam. They look compact. Marshall haven't looked overly threatening. They're always going to pack an element of threat given that the talent they do have going forward. But a strong start from both sides here. Both teams very much in the game. And I quite like Coastal Carolina. They're setting their press well. They're picking their moments to go. I'd just like to see them press a little bit more as a unit.
You see him try to press there, but Masa Yunus, the graduate student midfielder, came right up and gave the ball back to Marshall. And now a foul called on Coastal Carolina. Masa Yunus, the free kick. Well, talking with Coach Grassi earlier this week, he said this match, or this Marshall team, is a great mix of some experience paired with some young, fresh talent. Now, obviously, the young talent in Matthew Bell, and then you mix in the experience of Yosef, Masa Yunus. A lot of players that were still involved in the championship team, as that's a far kick. Shot is wide on a late push. It was pushed to the right side by Iomash, and looked like there was a little bit of a push there by Coastal Carolina.
Great save from Petruni there, Sam, and that's exactly what we were talking about earlier. This is Petruni at his best. The defence from Coastal just getting caught out a little bit. Great running behind, great ball, but Petruni's that get out of jail free card for you as a defender.
Petroni, 2 saves in this match so far. It'll set up a corner kick by Yosef. Under 24 minutes left in the first half. 3rd corner kick by Marshall today. Yosef goes in. And that hits off and out of bounds off of a jetty. So Petroni steps up big once again, his 2nd save. And did not play against Furman. It was Randy Burkhart, the redshirt freshman from Pennsylvania, that was in goal. He allowed 1 goal to Furman on Sunday. Made 7 saves. Petroni back for his 8th start of the season.
Yeah, stepped up really well, did Randy Burkhart actually. His first start at the college level. There's always going to be some nerves there, especially as a goalkeeper when you're in a position that's so vital for the team. But Burkhart did really well. Filled big shoes left by Petruni. Petruni back in now, unsurprisingly. But very good job filling in for the win by Randy Burkhart.
That ball headed out by Maël Coutu, the graduate student from France, playing his 9th game of the year. 45-minute spurt against Furman. Coastal's defense being tested, but nothing has gotten through Joey Petroni as of yet. Durrell steps up. Marshall keeps with it. Chanticleer's waiting for that chance where they can use Cabrera or use Garcia Pascual and try and get ahead early.
Good work from Luke McCullough there in midfield. We talked about how we don't want to see, if you're a Coastal Carolina player, you don't want to see Noah Glorioso or any fullback get caught 1v1 with Yusuf. McCullough doing a good job to get over and get numbers around the ball there.
A Jetty. Masi Yunus on the back line, deflected by the Chanticleers, so we'll see the fourth corner kick coming up for the Marshall Thundering Herd. First ever matchup between these two teams in Conway, South Carolina. I mentioned the 3-3 tie last year at Marshall. And this is the third time Coastal's brought in a top 10 team to Conway since 2019. Here goes Yosef once again, headed by Coastal. Outside 18 and out of bounds. Glorioso tries to get the offense going over to Cabrera. And once again, Marshall takes it back. Matthew Bell, the Sun Belt leader in goals. Now for Yosef. Kinneteeter on defense. And a punch out by the Chanticleers. It stays with Marshall. Run through the middle. And Respecki takes it away. Marcello Jones in the attacking third for the Chanticleers. Won't get an opportunity.
These are the areas now, Sam, where Coastal need to go in numbers. Marcello Jones doing a good job pressing the goalkeeper there, but this is the quality that Marshall have. When you do go in ones and twos, as we said, they're able to break those lines, and here they come now, looking relaxed and working their possession up the pitch.
Strong winds have really picked up here in Conway. 20 minutes left in the first half. All three shots of this match have been taken by Marshall, with 2 on goal. 3 shots have been taken by 3 different players. Through the middle. A tap. And that's going to be an offsides call on Alexander Ajeti. The senior forward from Ghana, playing his 7th game of the year, just got too far past the back line.
Nice little run there. Just sneaking in behind the back four. The Coastal Carolina's back four doing a good job of staying disciplined and holding that line. And by the way, if it had been onside, there was Petroni again making another save.
Joey Petroni has stepped up so far in this match. And Oscar, we haven't really seen much of the 2020 Conference USA Goalkeeper of the Year, Oliver Semla. He's had a pretty easy night back in goal so far. Chanticleers just haven't been able to get past that back line to create opportunities just yet.
Yeah, no, it's been quiet for him so far, that's for sure. But as a goalkeeper, that's when you really, really need to stay switched on. Make sure you stay concentrated, because you can bet that he will be called on at some point in this game. And it's just worth noting, Sam, as well, Coastal are playing against the wind right now. So you can see when Joey Petroni's kicking that ball up in the air, it's going up against the wind. So it makes it a little bit harder for Coastal to get out of their half in this first half. Second half, Marshall will be playing against that wind. And you just think that that might lead to the goalkeeper, Semler, being called into action a little bit more than he has so far.
Earl stops that momentum. Throw in for Yosef. Have a couple of substitutions lined up. Maurice Hauser and Noe Santos. Ball has stayed in the Marshall attacking third for a majority of this match. Ajeti crosses in, it's too tall, and will roll out. Looking for Iomash.
Jetty looks really dangerous off those crossing deliveries, doesn't he, Sam? 2 or 3 now that we've seen from him and Fernandez just float into that back post area. Coastal need to be really careful that they're keeping an eye on that. Ideally, they want to try and get midfielders out to Jetty and Fernandez, get their head down before they have a chance to deliver those balls.
So Petroni, another goal kick with just over 17 minutes left in the first half of play. A push by Respecki, and he's going to be called for that. And now contact. Aggression on both sides. And Milo Yosef is down by midfield for Marshall.